jungle gyms were made of wood and metal. It made us strong and fierce and probably diabetic somehow. We played hard and we played harder. And what better game was there than kicking the shit out of each other? Like the children of a warrior tribe, we fantasized about the glory of war. We used sticks as swords and pine cones as grenades. We were heroes. We were villains. We were two sides fighting for dominion over the earth. Did I mention we were giant robots and monsters? Imagine waking up on Saturday morning and watching a promo for a new show that looks unlike anything you've ever seen. Ninjas in motorcycle helmets, giant robots, and creatures from an acid trip in the abyssal plain. Then the announcer with the suave voice announces the title of this circus.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
What in the Teenage Mutant Ninja what?
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series premiere tomorrow on Fox.
Superheroes, big fierce monsters, guns, swords, explosions, a girl in pink spandex. Fuck that live coverage of the Berlin Wall. This was a television event that could not be missed. But apparently Fox Kids programming didn't think this show could get an audience, so they banished it to early weekday mornings alongside reruns of Garfield and Bobby's World and that Conan the Barbarian cartoon. Yeah, a children's cartoon about Conan the Barbarian. The roller coaster of TV violence had been climbing through the 80s and crested in the 90s just about the time that the Power Rangers hit the air. So there you were in front of the TV eating your bowl of processed sugar and milk, and suddenly... Thunder, lightning, strike! Who are these people? What are those things? Robots, weapons, fire, bulk, skull! But perhaps you watched with a cynical eye. These are just the opening credits. Nothing this amazing could actually exist. Sure enough, the first few minutes introduce us to the cast of an after-school special. Overly nice and two-dimensional. The whole time I'm thinking, which of these characters is gonna get addicted to crack, forcing the rest of these fuckers to intervene. You got so much to live for, crack is whack. But no, apparently there weren't any drug problems dealt with. Just, giant monster problems.
You're getting too close for comfort, man. I'm warning you, baby. Move over.
Suddenly, we're on the moon, surrounded by escapees of Jareth's labyrinth. We meet the ringleader of this operation, Rita Repulsa, the Wicked Witch of the Dark Side of the Moon. Ever watch The Wizard of Oz while listening to Pink Floyd? This is what you get.
It's time to conquer Earth!
Then a monster attacks! Buildings crumble! People panic! Fox News blames it on gay marriage! And the teenagers warp to a space-age mountaintop base that is in reality a Jewish American University retreat center. Look it up. And there's Zordon, the amazing floating head. Okay, what the fuck is going on? What is this?
Do you presume to criticize the great Oz, you ungrateful creatures?
I should probably explain that Fox Kids didn't show the first episode first. You know, the episode that will explain why a crazy woman on the moon has such a grudge against a bunch of South Cali teenagers. Would have been helpful. I mean, honestly, there wasn't much story to begin with, and yet you still found a way to screw this up. Instead, the network showed some random episode about a giant pig head in a war helmet that ruins a food drive. A giant pig head in a war helmet that ruins a food drive. Is this Soviet propaganda? Does the pig head represent capitalism? Go, go, power comrades. You strong and industrious power comrades. But no time to think about socioeconomic policy. Shit be exploding. And the evil pig monster is defeated by the power of a really big gun.
Yeah, we sent that pudgy pig to the fat farm. So the
episode ends, you finish your cereal and go to school, but how can you ever return to normal life after having witnessed the epic space opera that is the Super Spandex Kids or whatever? The title hadn't really sunk in yet, despite the theme song saying it a million different times. We all talked about it at school, but in a tone that insisted it was all totally normal. Oh yeah, the giant cicada guy that spat out the man-eating flowers. That guy was cool. As the season progressed, we became introduced to even more lovely characters. Polluticorn, a unicorn that causes pollution and is apparently a mascot for British Petroleum. Grumblebee, like a normal bee but grumpier. The slippery shark, a very obvious euphemism. Frankenstein, Just Frankenstein. And the pine octopus, with the strength of an octopus and the cunning of a pineapple. And when the episodes ran out, what did we do? We reenacted them. Okay, so I'm the Red Ranger Jason.
Wow, it's the Red Ranger! Oh, he's so morphin'.
And you're the nerdy Blue Ranger. And you're the Black Ranger, never mind the fact that you're not actually African American. Hey Jane, do you want to be the Pink Ranger? You don't want to play housewives with the other girls? Alright, bring your Doc Martens, you can be Kimberly. Oh, and you, kid with the broken leg, you can be Alpha 5. You're useless. And we don't have another girl, so the Yellow Ranger's on sabbatical. Alright, I'm Goldar, leader of the monsters. I carry a sword and I shoot lasers from my eyes and I talk like Jimmy Durant on steroids. You can be the Goofish. You're a fish that spits ooze. And you're the Eye Guy. You're a guy made of eyes. You can be the Nasty Knight. You're a guy that carries a sword. Let's fight. So the two sides would fight in battle. And by that I mean we would start flailing our limbs around until somebody actually got kicked in the face, and we'd call time out. Ow! Damn it, Jimmy! We said no kicking above the ankles. But mostly we stuck to shooting eye lasers and blowing fire, so the whole playground was filled with children doing this. Rah, 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 pshur, 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 pshur. Hey, I hit you with my eye lasers. I hit you, you're cheating. I'm telling. But we couldn't really tell them. We weren't supposed to be playing this game. You see, teachers, parents, clergy, daycare workers, anyone with any sense hated the Power Rangers.
But are they good for the kids or a lesson in violence?
Some parents and experts think these good guy teens are too violent for kids.
It's okay to use force. It's okay to hurt, to maim, to kill.
Rather than encourage kids to take self-defense classes like the show intended, most often it just led to black eyes and bloody knees. But the blame can't be heaped completely on the Power Rangers. Kids are violent and volatile already. Most parents like to believe that children are innocent and that violence is introduced to them through the media. But the media just creates an outlet. The inner turmoil of developing anatomy, an incomplete psychological makeup, and the stress of family, school, and mere existence creates disharmony upon a creature still fairly new to this brutal world. Acting out is the most satisfying solution to them. But through it all, and despite the rage and dissonance and confusion of youth, most kids want to see the powers of good prevail. It's what brought us back on a weekly basis, seeing normal young folk fight against unearthly evil that could very well represent all the awful, intangible aspects of everyday life. And in case you didn't realize it, the Power Ranger segments were originally made in Japan and dubbed into English, which is why everything has a little bit of a Japanese look to it. This whole thing has its origins in the Super Sentai series of the late 70s. Spandex, robots, monsters, explosions. The monsters have a design that reflects demons of Japanese folklore, but to us not Japanese children, the things look like denizens of another dimension. The whole show felt wildly original and unlike anything ever. A little like Voltron, but that was a cartoon. And this was real life. Clunky robots and foam monsters. It's what made us tough and ready for a savage world. But no kicking above the ankles. That's cheating.
You can kiss me.
I can?
Kiss, that's all.
I know, baby.
You love me?
I sure do, baby.
Marry me?
Oh no, let's wait. Oh, she loves me.
Gravity worked better in my day too.
Yeah, that pig is sausage, man.